Guys, my name is Temi Tayo Olumofe and I will be bringing you all the highlight that's been happening at the Big Brother Naija lockdown. No time to check time, let's jump straight into it. Now guys, it's been crazy during the live eviction show lately. You guys will notice that if this housemate couple, the male one doesn't leave the Sunday, the female one will leave the following Sunday. Now, before I get into that details, let's talk about Ebuka, the table shaker. He started by congratulating Trickytee for winning the Head of House Challenge and also winning the Arena Games. Then he talked about that. He heard what they were saying about him at the dining table. Aside that, then he also talked about Trickytee saying that he intentionally picked Laycon to be his deputy because if any other housemate had won the Head of House Challenge, that they will pick their favorite, and it's glaring that they would not pick Laycon. And before we know, after all of that questioning with Trickytee, Ebuka called up Prince, and Prince was evicted from the Big Brother Naija lockdown house, and he came out for questioning with Ebuka, and he talked about the fact that he was moody all through the week, and he said yes, that moment he saw that he did not win the Head of House Challenge, that he knew he was going. And they also talked about Nengi too. He said at some point he and Nengi too were getting along because the housemates were pushy, like he should also get entangled in the house and something like that. But he said at some point he also saw that some other housemates too were catching feelings for him, and then he needed to reciprocate. He also talked about the fact that he likes or loves Dorathy as her sister, and he said as for Tolani badge that they have scores to settle on the outside. Then Ebuka asked what's the future plans, and he said that he wants to be Ebuka's version. He wants to go into acting, he wants to go into hosting, and also want to open a salon. Then Ebuka went back into the house and asked Ozo about his marriage proposal to Nengi, and they talked about the fact, and Ozo replied that they both agreed to let it be on friendship level. And guys, also remember that Nengi said to Ozo that before she goes into any relationship, she had to be friends with that guy for 3 years, that Ozo should understand that fact about her. And good that he talked about that. They want to maintain that friendship level. And before we know the next thing, guys, the least person, if you are thinking of the housemates that you did not see coming to leave the Big Brother Naija lockdown house, it should be Kiddwaya. But guys, a lot of people were shocked on Sunday when he got evicted, and he came out for questioning with Ebuka as usual. He talked about the fact that no any form of sexual attraction between both of them. They vibe together, they dance together, they drink and all of that, but there's not anything beyond that. And he talked about Erica. He said he feels safe anytime he's around Erica, that Erica is somebody he will not like to lose, that people like that he likes to keep them in his life, but he doesn't know if it's going to be on friendship level or relationship. So they had to play the video of the housemate who nominated him up for eviction, and he said he's not surprised because they feel that he doesn't need the money. And he talked about that he doesn't really need the money. He only came into the house to enjoy himself and also meet some new friends. Then after the whole show for that night, it was more of a sober reflection night for all the housemates. Vee and Nengi, they settled their fights, and they started talking that, and Vee told Nengi that, you see, I think you're more stubborn than I am. And they started talking. They talked about the fact that they were surprised about Kid's eviction, that if there's that housemate that they weren't expecting him to leave at that moment, it should be Kid. Moving on, their Head of House Challenge this time around, it's crazy. In fact, should I say it's tougher, because it looks as if the housemates, most of them do not have luck on their side this time around, because Biggie changed most of the rules. That at some point when they were playing it, they had to drink water, which had to lower their pace. And then he excluded Trickytee because he just finished his tenure as the head of house, and he also put out that role. There's no longer a deputy role. And then you know that as the head of house, you have the right to save somebody that is up for eviction. That rule wasn't there any longer. So long story short, they started and it was crazy. Most of the housemates were starting from the beginning, and at the end of the day, Nengi had the highest points and she became the head of house. Now, before they started the head of house challenge, Biggie grouped them into two. We have Team White, Team Black, and he said that they are to discuss and nominate two housemates from the opposing team. And then the Team White picked the lounge to talk, Team Black picked the garden. But at the end of the day, Team White picked Ozo and Dorathy, while Team Black picked Laycon and Trickytee. Although many people weren't happy with Dorathy because she allowed the housemates with the lowest fan base to outsmart her. Guys, it was crazy. It was crazy on Twitter because Dorathy did not play a smart game. But at the end of the day, four housemates are up for eviction. We have Ozo, we have Dorathy, Trickytee, and Laycon. And let's see whom the viewers will be saving this coming week. Guys, it's a crazy week already because it's more or less like the housemates that people weren't expecting to get to the finals. They're already there. Somebody like Neo, Vee, people did not see them coming. Because guys, remember that if not that Erica was disqualified, Vee wouldn't be in the house till date. Now, moving on, something interesting popped online yesterday. You know, remember guys that Kiddwaya told Biggie in the diary room that he's got a girlfriend. And there's this video about one beautiful chick that was trying to kiss Kiddwaya at the latter part of the video, and some people said it's Kiddwaya's family member. Family member might ask, and another person says that is Kiddwaya's main chick. And people were trying to it was crazy that people were tagging Erica. But the thing is, why is that video popping up after the whole thing? Then Ebuka also asked him that does he feel that Erica will feel being betrayed by coming close to Laycon after she got disqualified. And he said they are both grown adults, that is himself and Laycon, that how will they be fighting because of women? So at the end of the day, he said he feels that Laycon is going to win this season. Guys, back to the video I told you earlier. So if you think that sweet chick is from Kiddwaya's family or Kiddwaya's main chick, rush down to our comment section and let us know what you think. Guys, make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel and also hit the notification bell to always get latest update videos from us.